Phil Cupial from DGN, the 2025 3A state champion. How do you feel about your race?
No, it's awesome. It really is. Just short of that, sub 14 barrier, but I battled all the way through, by myself. Some people helped me a little bit, but it was mostly, me challenging myself, and that's what I love about this sport. You could really just push yourself, and all my sacrifice, all the support I had, it really paid through. So I'm just so happy that it, finally, it came to this pinnacle moment.
Yeah, so you broke away from the pack the second mile. Was that kind of your plan coming in?
I thought I was going to hang with the pack. I kind of played it by ear. I thought I was going to hang with the pack, but I saw nobody really wanted to take it. So, it's like they're probably all looking at me, and I kind of just like, all right, I took that on and I battled through. So, once we got in the triangle, I fell asleep there last year, so I really wanted to press there, and I did. I'm pretty sure I went through somewhat evenly, maybe in like the 4:45s or something like that. And then last mile, I really pushed the triangle, so I felt it a lot. But just battled there and all the way through the finish, all the people saying my name.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And I finally, I won the state meet. I won in 8th grade the 8th grade state meet in middle school, and took me all 4 years. I won state in for track sophomore year, but cross country it's the most real sport it could get to. So I was the most fit, so that's kind of what happened.
What about your team? Second place in a year after losing a lot of seniors? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was we lost 5 seniors last year, so we had a lot of guys step up. We had a lot of guys get injured, a lot of guys doubt themselves, but honestly we saw everyone step up today, and it really showed through. We were short of our goal, but second place in the state after all we've been through is really something to be proud of.
Are you guys going to be at NXR next week looking for a bid for NXN?
Yeah, it's going to be close for sure, but I bet Will's hungry than ever. He had some issues. We had aspirations of doing better and getting 1-2 at this meet, but there's so much you could do. There's so much like what's in your control and what's not. So we're going to be hungrier than ever next week.
You've made it last few years in a row, so
yeah, hopefully that would help us.
It seems like a second home to you at this point. You guys always win at Laverne.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats on your race.